Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. How exciting is this? This year should be a special schus for Rabbi Gil Amir ben Penina. We are going to be discussing a kasha. We've had a number of shiurim on this kasha. Now we're going to give a third approach to answer this question based on the beautiful Sefer Avnei Tzion. His yurtzeit was this week. Hagon Hagadol, Rabbi Ben Tzion HaKohen Khan, who was a Rav first in Hungary before the war, and then went through the Holocaust, and then lived in Williamsburg for many years. He didn't serve as a Rav, but he was definitely a Gaon Olam by any measuring stick. Okay, so he brings the Kasha and Siman Aleph of the Avnei Tzion and Chelik Beis of the Astrovtzer Rebbe in the Sefer Meir Einei Chachamim, that in the Gemara Pesachim and Daf Hayamid Beis, Rava says that we learn from Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says that when you do B'dikas Chametz, you have to do B'dikas Beer. When you do Beer Chametz, you have to do Beer Chametz when on Erev Pesach, and it can't be on Pesach itself. Why? Because it's a malacha. It's an malacha. You're not allowed to burn it on Pesach itself. So it must be that when the Torah says B'yom Rishon, it means on Erev Pesach you have to do the biur. So you see from this Rabbi Akiva Zok Rava that Shema Minei Be'er Chametz El Sreifa. It must be that Be'er Chametz must be B'Sreifa, because not B'Sreifa Ma Baya. Do it on Pesach. But from the fact that it can't be done because you're not allowed to burn it, so it must be that Be'er Chametz must be done B'Sreifa. So Frekti Astrovtza, that says in the Gemara Pesachim Daf Chav Zayin Amid Beis, that we learned that ain't Be'er Chametz El B'Sreifa from Amam Etzinu from Nosar. That just like Nosar is B'Sreifa, so too Chametz, which you're also not allowed to leave over, like Nosar, like the leftover meat to the korban, you're not allowed to leave it over, and if you burn it, so to the Chametz, Medarf Brennen, you have to burn the Chametz. So Ma Nosar B'Sreifa, so to Chametz is B'Sreifa. That's where you learn that ain't Be'er Chametz El Sreifa. Now in Beitza, and Av Beis Amid Aleph, Beis Shammai holds that Seor, the shear is Kazayas, and Chametz is Kakoseves. So if that's the case, that the shear of Chametz is a greater shear than Seor, meaning the shear of Seor is only a Kazayas, Chametz is a Kakoseves, so it must be that the Ma'ayiroi of Chametz Kakoseves can't be learned from Nosar that it's B'Sreifa. Why? Because Nosar is a smaller shear, as is written by the Shuas Mutzalmayation Siman Nun Aleph. Minchas Chinuch min mitzvaches, Mashen Kein Chametz, the Bal Yeroi is a Kakoseves. So Mekenish learning Chametz from Nosar, because Chametz is a bigger shear. Now Rabbi Akiva learns from Achbi Yom Rishon Tashbisu Seor Mi Bateichem, that it's Me'erev Yom Tov. So we can say that Pashut Rabbi Akiva holds like Beis Shammai, that Chametz is Bekakoseves, and you can't learn from Nosar Chametz, you can only learn Seor. Rabbi Akiva says, we've learned from the Pasuk, Ach B'yom Rishon Tashbisu Seor Mi Bateichem, that it's Be'erev Yom Tov. So maybe Rabbi Akiva holds like Beis Shammai that Chametz is Bekakoseves. You can't learn from Nosar Chametz, you can only learn Seor, because the shear of Seor is Bekazayas, just like Nosar. Only that could be learned from Nosar. So you can learn from Tashbisu that it says by Seor that it's Be'erev Yom Tov. Mashen Kein Chametz, that it shares a Kakoseves, which is a bigger shear, it's more kal. So maybe you can't learn from Nosar that it's B'Sreifa, and Chametz is Hashbasa, so maybe Rabbi Akiva holds B'chol Davar. Because anyway, Rabbi Akiva holds like Beis Shammai that we don't say Mitoch, maybe he holds like Beis Shammai here also. Rabbi Akiva can hold like Beis Shammai in other places as well. So we can say that here also Chametz is Kakoseves, like Beis Shammai, and it's not Muchach from Nosar that Chametz is B'Sreifa, only that Seor is B'Sreifa, but Chametz that is a bigger shear, that it's B'Kakoseves, we can say that Rabbi Akiva holds Hashbasas B'chol Davar. And from Van and Veist Rava, from where does Rava know to prove from Rabbi Akiva that he holds Ein Be'er Chametz El Sreifa? So that was the Shtar Kasha of the Heilige Ostrovtze. So again, we already had two shiurim, Pilpulim Nifloim Me'od, to be Metaretz this Kasha. How you know Chametz? How Chametz can't be learned from Nosar that it's B'Sreifa, because Chametz is a bigger shear. Maybe Rabbi Akiva holds that way. So how does Rava know Ein Be'er Chametz El Sreifa? So now we're going to go on a third derech. And that is that the Ran says, this is in the Sefer Avnei Tzion and Oz Dalet and Siman Aleph and Chelik Beis, that Bal Yeroeh is also, you're not allowed to own Chametz on Pesach, lest you come to eat it. So writes the Ran, the beginning of Maseches Pesachim, and so writes the Sefer Yavin Shmuah of the Rashbitz, and Maimer Chametz in Dibur Maschal Torah and the Kesef Mishnah in his Akdamat Hilchos Chametz. In the Tshuvas Chasim Sofer and Arechaim and Siman Kuf Ches, in Dibur Maschal Afal Gav, he writes that the Ran, who says that Bal Yeroa is because you might come to eat it, is only according to Rabbi Shimon, who holds in Bav Metzia Kuftes Vav Amid Aleph, that we're darshaning Taama Dekra, that we're allowed to darshan the reason for the psukim, the reason for the mitzvahs. So according to him, we can say that the reason of Bal Yeroa is that you might come to eat it, Taama Dekra. And look also in the Chasim Sofer and Beitz Zayin Amid Beis, and so writes the Or Chadash and Psachim in his Psicha Os Tesvav. And so the Shut Pnei Maven in Yoredeh Simen Ayin Beis Os Gimel. Look also in the Or Sameach in Hilchos Chametz Umatz and Perek Dalet Sof Halacha Gimel. That's the amazing thing about the Avnei Tzion, was a real Hungarisher, but he's mamish also holding in the Yeshivisha Litvisha raid. That's very beautiful to get that as well in his Mara Makomos. And next, in the Chedusha Chasim Sofer, the Beitza, and Tav Zayin, he says that that's Taka the Machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Because Beis Hillel says that the Pasuk had to write both Seor and Chametz. Because if the Pasuk just would have written Chametz, then we would have said that Chametz is Aser because it's Roy Lachila. But Seor, which is not Roy Lachila, maybe it's not Aser. So Tzricha, you need the Pasuk to tell you that Seor is Aser as well. So Beis Hillel holds that the reason of Bal Yeroa is you might come to eat it. And therefore have a mina that only Chametz, which is Roy Lachila, you're over in Bal Yeroa, lest you come to eat it. Masha ain't kain Seor, that's ain't a Roy Lachila. It's not Shaykh Shem Yavel Ochlo, and you're not over. And Beis Shammai, so that's Beis Hillel. So Beis Hillel's holding that it's Al Shem Yavel Ochlo. And the Chiddush of the Pasuk is that even Seor is Aser. But Beis Shammai holds that Bal Yeroa is Xeris HaKosov. And not, says the Chasim Sofer, Mishum Shem Yavel Ochlo. And you can't have this tzrichusa of Chametz is only Roy Lachila, and therefore that's going to be Aser. But Seor you wouldn't know because it's not Roy Lachila. But the whole word here is not Roy Lachila, not Roy Lachila according to Beis Shammai. So why Taka do you need to write Seor as well? Once you have Chametz, you don't need to write Seor. So therefore, from that, the Gemara says, according to Beis Shammai, you learn, how to write Seor to tell you Shira Shel Zeh, Loka Shira Shel Zeh, that they have different shiurim. That Chametz is Kakosevis, and Seor is Bekizayis. And that's the words of the Chasim Sofer V'Dvarav, B'Kitzara, and he writes very, very B'Kitzer. So Beis Hillel holds that Darshinan time of the Quran and Shem Yavel Ochlo. Beis Shammai learns that it's not Shem Yavel Ochlo, that has nothing to do with it, and rather it's Xeris HaKosov. So why Taka do you need Seor? And therefore to tell you another Chiddush, that Shira Shel Zeh, Lo Shira Shel Zeh, and Chametz is Pakakosevis. And now, if we hold that the Ran's whole Chiddush of Shem Yavel Ochlo is Talui im Darshinan time of the Kra, or lo Darshinan time of the Kra, whether you darshan the reason for the mitzvahs or not, so then emerge that Beis Hillel holds Darshinan time of the Kra, and Beis Bal Yeroa is Mishu Shem Yavel Ochlo. Vibal, that Beis Hillel says that the issue is, according to the issue is Shem Yavel Ochlo, it must be that he's a Darshinan time of the Kra person according to the Ran. And therefore we need a tzrichusa. Why you need both? Because Seor is not Roy Lachila, and therefore the pasuk wouldn't have had it, shouldn't have written it. And the chiddush is that even Seor is aser. But it's not muchach that Chametz is bekako seves. And Beis Shammai holds lo Darshinan time of the Kra according to this line of logic. And Bal Yeroa is taka Xeris HaKosov, and it's not Shem Yavel Ochlo. And there's no tzrichusa to tell you that you need Seor as well. So why taka did both have to be written, both Seor and Chametz? It's to tell you that Shira Shel Zeh, Lo Shira Shel Zeh, and Seor is because ice, and Chametz is Kakoseves, and that's Bur, according to the Chasim Sofer. So now, Megai to Trit Weiter, according to what the Maharsham writes in Chelik Aleph Siman Kuf Tzadi Beis, that according to the Torah Shalom at the end of Siman Kuf Pei Gimel, that Rav Meir, who says, why does the Torah say a woman is Tamei Zayin, and it gives a reason for Tumas Nida. It must be that Rabbi Meir is Darshinan time of the Kra. This is a Gemara Nidin Daf Lamed Aleph on the base. So Rabbi Meir learns the reasons for the psukim, and so writes in the Sefer Mashbir Bar from the Baal Zichron Yosef Al Torah in Parshas Vayera. Oy Bazoi Rabbi Akiva. Also, he says in Rosh Hashanah Daf Tezayin Amud Aleph Bnei Mamre Torah V'Yom Reb Pesach. He gives a reason. Rabbi Akiva is a Darshinan time of the Kra person. Why do you bring the Omer and Pesach and above a Kama? He says, why did the Torah say Ganav V'Talchim B'Shalom Dal V'Hei? So it must be that Rabbi Akiva is the Darshinan time of the Kra person. And in the Chalos and Shuvas Kanfei Shachar, and Simon Zayin, he discusses this, even though I never heard of the Shut Kanfei Shachar, and it's safe to assume that you didn't either, but maybe you did, but now we all did. According to Rabbi Akiva, the Bal Yeroeh Darshinan time of the Kra. Right? Because now we just proved Rabbi Akiva says Mipnei Ma'amra Torah, why the Torah gave reasons for this or for that. So it must be that he's a Darshinan time of the Kra person, just like Rabbi Meir is a Darshinan time of the Kra person because he says, why did the Torah ask her and need it for 7 days? So Rabbi Akiva also looks for the reasons for the Psukim, is also a Darshinan time of the Kra person. So if that's it, so let's now apply that Yesod of Rabbi Akiva to our Gemara. That he's going to learn like Beis Hillel, that why do you need to write Soor if once you already have Chametz? It's to tell you that Chametz, which is Rai Lachila, that's Aser, but Soor you would think not, so Kamash Malon, that Soor is also Aser. So in other words, you Muchach then, according to our line of logic, that Rabbi Akiva holds like Beis Hillel. And according to this Rabbi Akiva, it's not Muchach to Shir Shel Zelok, Shir Shel Zeh, because on that Kuf is the Machok between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. That Beis Hillel holds that's Darshinan time of the Kra, and therefore the whole issue of the Tzrichut says whether it's Rai Lachil or not, and therefore he doesn't come to the same conclusion as Beis Shammai, who says Shir Shel Zelok, Shir Shel Zeh, because Beis Shammai doesn't learn time of the Kra. So he says, why does the Torah write Soor? To tell you that Soor and Chametz have different shiurim. So according to that, Rabbi Akiva doesn't learn Shir Shel Zelok, Shir Shel Zeh, and therefore you can't say that Chametz is B'Kakoseves, Chametz is B'Kazayis Taka. And if Chametz is B'Kazayis, then Chametz can be learned from Nosar. And if Chametz can be learned from Nosar, Ein Biur Chametz Ela B'Sreifa. So basically this whole pilpul was to get to a point where we can prove that Rabbi Akiva holds like Beis Hillel, that Darshinan time of the Kra, and if Darshinan time of the Kra, the reason for the Yisur of Chametz is because you might come to eat it. And therefore, since he holds like Rabbi Beis Hillel, he argues with Beis Shammai, he doesn't hold Shir Shel Zelok, Shir Shel Zeh. Because the Beis Shammai comes to a different conclusion. They don't darshan time of the Quran, therefore they hold that it says the extra surah to tell you that Soor and Chametz have a different shir. But according to Rabbi Akiva, it turns out that they have the same shir like Beis Hillel, but they're both B'Kazayis. If they're both B'Kazayis, then you can learn Chametz from Noisar, and then the whole kasha is you can learn Chametz from Nosar, because Chametz is a bigger shir, Chametz is a Kakosev, so how do you learn Ein Biur Chametz Ela Sreifa? But the Torah says you can learn Chametz from Nosar, because according to Rabbi Akiva, the shir of Chametz is Kazayis, just like Beis Hillel will hold against Beis Shammai, because they darshan a different limud from Chametz and Soor, i.e. that we're darshan in time of the Kra, and to tell you whether that it's even Aser, if it's not Rai Lachila, because they hold the whole Aser of Chametz, is outs that you're going to come to eat it. So Mamela, you need a Tzrichutza for Soor as well, and therefore they don't hold Shir Shel Zeh, Shir Shel Zeh, that's Rabbi Akiva, just like it is Beis Hillel, Vadvarma in a Flaim, V'dok, as they say in the Svarim HaKadoshim, and this is obviously not the end. He has more to say on this Shaila and many thousands more Chedushim in his holy Svarim. So I learned this not only for the Geshmak Torah, but also to encourage people to purchase. You can also get it on Hebrew books, to purchase or get it on Hebrew books, the Avnei Tzion, and to learn it. It's so Geshmak, and it gives you such Cheshkas Torah. So you should be zocha to a lot of Cheshkas Torah and learn b'simcha b'tuv lev of Merov Kol. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.